Thank you everyone for joining this call. As you all know, we are starting our organizational resilience course on 4th. So we thought that this would be a good time to connect for the pre-course session. Thank you again for taking out time because people are there from different time zones. Good to see that you were able to make it. So without much ado, I'll pass it on to Daman. Daman, it's all yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the course. First of all, I'll request all to switch on cameras if you do not mind. We will go through introductions quickly, and it's good to have cameras on at the time. Quickly, your name, your background. What is your expectation from this course? I'm not looking for essays. Phrases will be enough. And I'll keep calling names so that it's easy. I'll go as I see on screen. So Deepak, you seem to be the first one.
Okay. Yeah, so hi all, this is Deepak Singh. In total about 27 years of experience. Started my career in 1994. Basically an instrumentation and control engineer for close to about 12 to 13 years. After which I moved from technical background to management. Have been associated with Honeywell since 2003 to 2016, so close to about 13 plus years. I was with Honeywell. When I left Honeywell, I was handling the business continuity management and asset management for Honeywell India, China, Czech Republic, and some global locations. So course, I'm definitely looking for it. So by the way, if you do not know, I'm also part of this course. I'm joining this course because, I thought it's a good opportunity when anyways we are getting it done. So why don't I hear from Daman what organizational resilience is. So I'll be part of the course and glad to see that, a lot of you will be there, part of the same course. We learn from each other. Thank you so much and welcome again to the course.
Thank you very much. And my pick is we will learn from each other. All right, keep this in mind. Even if I'm teaching, I'm a lifelong learner. I'm learning. I'm still learning and I'll keep learning. Thank you. Azal.
Thank you. Hi all, my name is Azal. I'm based out of Bangalore. I've been in the industry for over 18 years now. I'm not saying industry, the information security and business continuity world. I work for a company called TMF Group, which is a Dutch company. I take care of security assurance there, globally taking care of the compliance like ISO, ISAE, and also business continuity. That's my background quickly, and expectations from this training is basically refresh my the BCM concepts and also the new standard that's come up 22316. So to see what's different, how is it different from 22301, which is what I'm aware of. So that's to learn about the difference and to learn more, especially now in the pandemic world. The pandemic plan was just a document, a half pager or even a paragraph kind of a document, which is now something which we need to make it into a, I don't know, how is it evolving? So I want to learn all of these things. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Advita.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Advita Shetty and I'm based out of Mumbai. I'm working with Barclays at this point of time, and I have a total of 15 years of experience and 10 years in business continuity. Not much, but what I'm looking forward from this course is basically Barclays is going through an entire org restructuring in terms of resilience, in terms of, how resilience will look like in Barclays. So we're looking at a 360-degree change when it comes to resilience world. So hoping these sessions will probably help me relate and kind of club a lot of gaps that we have currently. So I'm looking forward to that. So there's no set agenda in terms.
Okay. Which throws up a challenge to me, right? If someone say I do not have a set agenda, that is dangerous. Thank you very much. Alex.
Good morning from Canada. I'm in Guelph, which is an hour and a half west of Toronto. I came across the course through Daman the other day, and Daman's actually been on my radio show and my YouTube channel a couple of times. And I've really enjoyed chatting with him and getting some new perspectives, which is, I guess you could say, my expectation. I don't like to put expectations on other people, but I do like to hear and understand different perspectives.
Right.
Something that we do on this side of the world may not be what happens on your side of the world. So
Right.
there's always a way of learning something new, and knowing that organizational resilience is becoming a big topic, especially due to pandemic, as a couple of other people have already mentioned. Then, you know, I want to be a leader on this side of the ocean and learn from all of you.
Good. Thank you very much. Parikshit, we can't see you very clearly. Your photo is blurred. Camera is
He's in
on, I think.
Delhi. He's in Delhi. It's still fog. Foggy
Some problem
Delhi.
with my camera. I'll get it sorted out. I don't know what's
Okay.
happening.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
And yeah, thank you for opportunity for joining this course. And I'm presently working with Concentrix as manager global security, taking care of one of the GEOs for the implementation of business continuity. I also help with the ISO standard audits and other things related to it. Helping my team. It's been 2 years over here. And my reason to do this course is to understand very clearly how we can differentiate between continuity and resilience, because now more and more talk is about resilience, less and less about continuity, and how these two can be fused together for a better resilient or a BCMS framework within an organization. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Next, please, Jonathan.
Hi everybody. I don't know if you can hear me clearly. I have some challenges with the connection. So my name is Jonathan. I'm working in the business continuity field for 5 years now. Previously, I was working in audit and control fields, especially in the banking industry here in West Africa, Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, I mean. So I joined this course to have a better understanding of the resilience, organizational resilience concept and all the techniques, the theories about it. You know, when we read the articles, when we see the news, many times we see resilience, organizational resilience, even in crisis management courses, you can hear organizational resilience, even in CBCI, good practice guide, you can see organizational resilience. So I want to know clearly what is all about, and that I'm not misunderstanding things. And I'm very happy to be part of this class. I also say hello to Alex. I saw him in a podcast concerning resilience, so I'm very happy to see him here.
Thank you very much. Next, please, Sesha Prakash.
Alex, looks like you are already very
Good evening.
famous. Yeah, sorry, sir.
Go ahead, Deepak. Finish what you were
No, I
saying.
was just commenting. Looks like Alex is already very famous here. So I just
Glad,
thought.
glad to know.
Please go ahead, sir.
Good evening, all of you. Apologies.
Good evening.
Good morning and good afternoon for people from the different parts of the world. Sorry about my camera. It is not configured, so you will not be able to see me for the moment. Yes. Basically, I started off as a banker. I was working for one of the largest private sector banks known as the Vaishya Bank. Today, unfortunately, or whatever the reason, it has become Kotak Mahindra Bank. Okay, Kotak acquiring Vaishya Bank after it was acquired by a Dutch company, ING. Okay, so I went through the cycle of being in two cultures. So basically, I'm a banker, but in the fag end, after it became ING, I moved to not exactly IT, but I was a business analyst for us to go into core banking. So that's how I got into technology. From there, I did my CISA and all certifications pertaining to auditing and information security over a period of time. I also became an ISO man. I have more than 10 certifications in ISO, both as the lead auditor and as lead implementer. Okay, so in the past 10 years, almost 11 years, I'm in this domain, information security domain and information assurance. And I work for a company in Muscat, Oman. But right now I'm in Bangalore in India. Because of COVID, I have not been able to travel back. It's almost 1 year since I'm in Bangalore. Basically, I am both ISO 22301 lead implementer and lead auditor. I'm also a risk manager. So I am also certified with 25999 earlier, BSI.
Okay.
British. But
Yeah.
yes, one of the interesting things, every time we did a BCP project or a DR project, we were talking more about redundancy. So it was all about redundancy and redundancy and redundancy. So now I would like to definitely know how resilience can beat redundancy. So yes, I know for a fact, from a 27,000 perspective and other standards perspective, that resilience is important because it is bringing about sustainability and other things. But yes, from a BCM perspective, from a DR perspective, I'm more interested in resilience. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. Viraj and Suhas, good if you can switch on cameras. Viraj, can you go ahead, please? I would like to take a photograph. That's why I'm insisting on cameras on.
Yeah, surely. I'm putting on the.
Yes, please.
Yeah, myself, Viraj. I have around 8+ years of experience. I have been working for an insurance company for around 4.5 years, 4.5 years. And now I've been working from Gorisco for the last 4 years. And in insurance company, I was going for this underwriting and policy processing, risk management. And now I'm in business continuity and certified in ISMS also. And I'm looking forward with this organization resilience course to have new learnings and see how this part of the course affect our BCMS.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Suhas. You're on mute.
Good evening, Daman sir. Good morning and good afternoon for others around the world who have joined this amazing course. I believe that it's going to be amazing with a lot of learnings. Yes,
He's putting me under psychological
my work
pressure.
experience is about. You're
Continue.
resilient enough to face it, sir.
Continue, please. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, please continue.
So, yeah, I have close to 19 years of experience, mostly with the healthcare revenue cycle management sector. I'm a lead auditor for information security and business continuity. With this resilience course, I want to progress from continuity to resilience. Probably inculcate the behavior of resilience into work and in life aspect, especially with the current pandemic situation around. And also the future is for resilient people only. So looking forward for this course. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much.
By the way, by the way, just one thing. I'm seeing Suhas after more than a month now, since he was undergoing the treatment. So Suhas, good to see you. But I could see a lot of changes. You have been really becoming lean now.
Welcome back.
Yes, I'm still part of the post-COVID complication treatment. So I will be around. I'm getting stronger. So yes, and good to see you too, Deepak.
Thank you.
Wish you a quick recovery, Suhas.
Good.
And Shesa sir, you look like Modi.
Yeah.
Sorry for
I
that.
thought.
Yeah, that's the reason I say, because Raman told that we want a photograph.
Okay.
And
on from my mobile.
I'm clicking now.
Yep.
So if you can give me big smile if you wish, the best of yours. And here we go. Will be shared with you all also. And actually, it will be posted to the whole world. You will become the global
Thank you.
personalities. Right. And actually, I thought Modi had joined my session. I'm so popular. Great.
Sorry, I'm not impersonating.
No problem. Welcome back, Suhas, once again, and welcome everyone. The objective today is to give you a glimpse of what is in store. I'll attempt that we keep some time for questions also, if you would have any questions in mind. Looking at your expectations, most will be met, but there are a couple of challenges for me. Refreshing BCM concepts will be difficult. This course is not about BCM. This course is not refreshing BCM concepts. This course also is not looking at the differences between the older version and the newer version of 22301. The focus will be on 22316. So that will remain to be a challenge for me. But I'm available otherwise to discuss about that also. Second, I think Suhas was putting me under psychological pressure. That may be a challenge, but I wish Suhas becomes resilient and I become resilient, so we should come out of that. I'll start by sharing my slides.
By the way, Daman, the
Yes.
poll questions have been configured. So if you want to use that, please go ahead.
Good, thank you. I have 2 slides about my introduction, but I'm skipping that in the interest of time. My request is, please look at LinkedIn and YouTube for myself. Any questions, then I'll be happy to talk about myself. First of all, I would like to ask you this question. I would like to understand from you. Is this your first introduction to organizational resilience? Please respond on your screens. There's some challenge, Deepak. All have gone as one poll. These were 8 different questions. I don't know how will you be able to respond to this. Do you see the screen? The poll on your screens? Yes, no?
Yeah, screen
Yes,
is there.
yes.
But you are not able to respond, right?
No, we are able to respond, but we have to answer all questions, if that's the case. Or you will
Then my request is we don't run the polls. You just type in the chat box your response and we'll proceed with that, right? Okay, no challenge.
All right.
So is this your first introduction to organizational resilience? Yes, no? Couple of yeses, couple of no's. Good. Some of you would know. For others, there is a standard about organizational resilience, which is ISO 22316. And the current version is 2017, which to my belief is the first version of the standard. And as you would see, this is not a certifiable standard. This is a guideline or principle standard. So available, can be used, should be used. I'm not saying must be used, but I wish that it becomes must. Like all other standards, all other ISO standards, I must say, this also is a copy to be purchased. But during COVID-19 period, ISO has made a complimentary copy available, which is read only. During the course, we'll attempt to have an access to that also. You can go to ISO site, just look for this standard and you'll find. There are 5 other standards, I believe, including 22301 also, that ISO has made available freely during COVID-19. So let's look at this, definition from the standard itself. What is organizational resilience? is the ability, it has been defined as the ability of an organization to absorb and adapt in a changing environment to enable it to deliver its objectives and to survive and prosper. The last two words are very important: to survive and prosper. And this point itself, a differentiation starts from BCM and organizational resilience. Between BCM and organizational resilience, there is a difference. Later on, I'll say there is a lot of difference. With due respect to BCM profession, BCM domain, BCM professionals, including me also. I also had been a BCM professional for most of last 16 years. It's only about 9 months ago, then I went deep into organizational resilience and I fell in love with this topic. So with due respect to BCM, BCM was little reactive. When the disaster would happen, a break would happen, I will attempt to recover. And I will attempt to recover the basic minimum. Pre-identified processes to pre-agreed levels in pre-agreed timeframes. That's what we used to say. Here, the expectation is not to survive, but to prosper also. You need to be better than what you were before the crisis. So this is the difference, and this is a big difference. Truly speaking, with Alex, we had a discussion, and I'll request you all go and watch that discussion between Alex and me, how we were moving. Our expectation is, my expectation is moving from risk to BCM to organizational resilience. Second paragraph, if we see more resilient organizations, and what is a resilient organization? That itself is a big area. People would have questions in mind. How much does it take to implement organizational resilience? How long does it take to implement organizational resilience? I have been saying it's a journey of transformation. Organizational resilience is a journey of transformation. It could take 3 to 5 years for an organization. I was linking this with the 3 or 5 years strategic planning also. Every company does that. Within the last 7 days or so, I was attending one of the sessions. Most of the people were from UK, from BCS, British Computer Society. I'm a fellow of BCS also. And a point came that, Daman, this is too early. It could be 10 years journey. And I said, I can accept that. I don't mind. But the question was also, how could you make a specialist, organizational resilience specialist in 3 days course? That was a difficult one for me. To me, that has been happening in the world, whether we call risk or BCM or crisis. There have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days courses. Generally, the 3 days is called implementer or specialist. 5 days is called lead implementer or expert. So I said, for that reason, I have continued for organizational resilience also. 3 days course would be specialist. A person, there's an assessment at the end. I hope you all know that. So based on the assessment, after 3 days discussion, I'm certifying that because that person has passed the assessment, I'm certifying that person to be a specialist. After that, if the person doesn't use that knowledge that he or she has gained, she will start forgetting, and then maybe not. Right? So implementation, then it can take 3, 5, 10, 50 years also. If I don't work, nothing changes. I gave an example of my qualification. By qualification, I'm an electrical engineer. So I said, I did electrical engineering, but I never worked in electrical field. Today, I don't know E of electrical, but my certificate is still valid. I'm an electrical engineer by qualification. So this is what this certification also is. At the end of the 3 days, there is an assessment, person clears, so he or she is certified. Not running poll, but if you can type in once again in the chat box, is BCM related to organizational resilience according to your current belief? You only have 2 options, yes or no. No one says no, which is expected. Thank you very much. Now this would have been better with the help of the poll, but let's attempt how do we answer this question. Which of the following are related to organizational resilience? Select all that apply. So you'll have to type a lot, it seems. Crisis, risk, legal, compliance, audit, supply chain, facilities, communications, emergency, financial control, health and safety, and information security. Most of them, if not all, is Sesha Prakash. Viraj says crisis management. Parikshit says all. Alex says all of them. Deepak says all. Right. Thank you very much. Actually, all yes, that's what the response is. What has happened is, and once again, I'll say, including me, in the past, whenever we thought of resilience, I believe we didn't think of organizational resilience. We thought of resilience. We thought of BCM would come to mind first of all. Maybe risk, crisis, information, cybersecurity, ITDR. 6, 7. Mix these all, and that is resilience or organizational resilience. But I just wanted to give 10 options because Zoom polling allows 10 options only. That's why I've mixed legal, compliance, and audit into one. Otherwise, I could have made a longer list here. I'm just throwing up some words. Attempt is still to see how organizational resilience is different from BCM risk crisis or is more than BCM risk crisis that we used to think, most of us in the past. I believe none of those domains touched on something called wisdom. In this course, we will talk about wisdom also, and wisdom is towards organizational resilience. Coordination. All of these you'll find are very powerful. BCM, ISO 22301, perhaps would have some vision, not vision, mission, values, as much as 22316 says. Adapt, values, as I said, VMV, attitudes, authorities. Either 2012 version of 22301 started saying roles, responsibilities, and authorities. I'm an auditor also. I've gone across companies, countries, and my experience generally is that this is a weak point. Even in the beginning, almost in the beginning of the audit, that people do not talk, have not talked about authorities. They're still on roles and responsibilities. So that still is a gap, or that still is an improvement. Even if 10, 15 years of BCM journey, even if 10, 15 years of certified BCM journey. Resilience, the topic is trust. I don't know whether earlier domains would have talked of trust and coherence or collaboration. Diversity, reinforcement. You see, all these are very powerful words. Encouragement, creativity, mission, VMV portion again and again. I'll talk about that a little later. Innovation, once again. I'm not sure whether any other domain, starting from most likely ISO 9001 quality management system was the first one around 30 years ago that most of us would have come to know that it talked about innovation. But innovation plays a big role in organizational resilience. And that keeps telling us that it's different from, or it's more than BCM, etc. Empowerment and demonstration. There are about 70 plus such powerful words that I will be making use of during the course. Key features of the course quickly. It's copyrighted to me. This is how it looks like with the Government of India. Registration number, my name, and this is the course name. And this is how I'll put a note in the material. Please get in touch with me before you want to reuse this. Redistribution, etc. not allowed, but if you want to use any component portion of the courseware, then please get in touch with me first. I'm not going to say no, but please let me know. Other features, the depth and coverage in 3 days. You will see it's all hands-on practical experience. There are about 50 exercises. To my belief, there is no such course any other such course. 3 days, 50 exercises of different types. I have designed, developed this course. And we have pre and post mentoring. This is pre-course happening. And about a week after the course also, we will sit once again. Date and time we will discuss as mutually convenient to us. There is a case study. People who have participated in the past have said that was one of the best portions of the course, the case study based exercises. Sorry. And there's lifelong learning through Goriscope Practical Academy, my mistake. We'll make an alumni group, and that'll be through messages, through mails, calls, and some meetings. We'll continue to learn from each other. Alex said that, I repeated, someone else also said, I said I'm a lifelong learner, even I'm learning. There's no end to learning. The course will finish in 3 days, but learning is forever. I won multiple awards nationally, globally, over 7,500 hours of training, teaching, experience, author, speaker, consultant, everything. A verifiable certification from FQA. That's again a unique feature. A lot of additional reading material. The way it will happen is on day one in the morning before the course, I'll share only 2 files with you. The PDF version of my slides, 100% same copy, and a workbook. And as we progress, whenever you have to use the next portion of the courseware, I'll share that with you. So I have attempted to keep it a bit different with some reasoning, which we'll understand at that time. This reading material, there's a lot that I'll be sharing with you, but only in the last hour of the course. This is not to be read before the course. This is to be read after the course. And 50 exercises of different types. I said extended learning through these sessions that we'll be having, alumni groups, and also through the reading material, all complimentary to you. Exercises of different type, they are individual exercises, they are group exercises, and we will exploit this technology. While there is a difference in physical training and online training, we have gone past that. That was March last year. Online is much better than physical. If I had to do group exercises in the past, physically, we would have one room and we'll make groups on tables. And there'll be discussion, interaction, there'll be disturbance rather than discussions and learning. Through this technology now, you will be in different rooms. No one else will be able to hear you, or you will not be able to hear anyone else. It's only those 3, 4, 5 people in the group, and they will be talking within that. So that's a very good feature of technology helping us. You will be making some presentations in some of the exercises. Also, case study based, as I said, and debates. We would have participated in debates in life, right? But in a course, I believe no. So there are debates also. And I hope there's no one who is allergic to playing with tools. We will be playing with tools also. I believe everyone knows there's an exam also, assessment. You may not like to call it assessment. There are 45 questions, all MCQ. You'll get 60 minutes and best 40 will be marked. The exam is online on the last day, the last hour. Again, you need to type your response in the chat box. Which statement is correct with respect to applicability of ISO 22316? No responses so far? There are. None of the above is one response for all organizations. Number 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for all organizations. Nota, okay. Advita 5, yes. This is not a specific standard. This is a generic standard. It's applicable to all organizations of all types around the globe. Small, medium, large, simple, complex, government, non-government, public, private, NGO, all organizations, institutions, everyone can use this. It's a generic standard. As I said, there are 50 exercises. I quickly wanted to show you the different types of exercises that I've built in. And this box also helps us to understand, first of all, the difference. The way I said, in the past, we would have thought of 6, 7. BCM, risk, crisis, ITDR, information security put together is resilience. There are 20 boxes. I'll go up to an extent of saying right from the day an organization is born till its death, anything and everything that happens in the organization is towards organizational resilience. Some of these boxes, familiar, business continuity, we can easily understand. Crisis management, we can easily understand in line with resilience. But some of these are not so obvious. First one, asset management, perhaps. If you look at quality management, and if you look at the last box, strategic planning management. The moment we think of strategic planning management, we are going towards the top, the beginning, the day it is born, VMV is set. Based on this, I'll say, looking at the last diagram, list which management systems or standards fall within this activity. This is one of the exercises. 4.1a is a clause from the standard. We read this, have some discussions, and then I ask you to do an exercise. Select your dream organization. It may be your own organization. It may be some other organization. I'm not sure. We'll see on day 1. Go to its website and look for its vision and purpose. List down in your workbook. Attempt is to link it with VMB because that's the most important point. Many organizations set their vision, set their values, but those are just published on the website. It cannot be a resilient organization. I need to understand. You need to, if you are my boss, you need to make me understand. Then only I will be able to live to that. And then only we will be able to achieve those objectives. And who is talking about this? Who is teaching this? Organizational resilience. That's the beauty. Again, these numbers that you see are the clauses from the standard. We have some more discussions, and another exercise comes up. Discuss and write how will you claim good governance and management in your dream company. So even governance is part of organizational resilience. What you'll find is that there is an exercise almost every second slide also. Individually, so there are group exercises and there are individual exercises. Individually answer, what evidence will you provide to claim that your top management is committed to enhance organizational resilience? Nothing comes free in this world. So even organizational resilience is not free. We need to look at one point in time, we need to look at its effectiveness also. When you're spending some time, money, and effort, you need to look at the effectiveness also, whether you're achieving those results or not. One of those ways would be, it can be self-assessment, it can be audit. And I'm an auditor also. I've gone across companies, countries, so I'll keep sharing my experiences based on that also. Audit is all evidence-based, so you need to show me evidence. That's why we are attempting to do this exercise around audit evidences as well. Then we have debate. We discuss clause 4.2, and then I ask you this question. Break you into 2 groups, not in virtual rooms. You will be sitting across in the same group for this exercise. And debate whether this is management system or IT application system that is being talked here. Another exercise is take your own company. So far we were discussing your dream company. Now think of your own company and write your story, rating your top management on this aspect based on COVID-19 pandemic. How well did they manage this crisis or have been managing, because the crisis is not over yet. And there are multiple, as I said, there's a case study. So we go through case study. Again, the way I have devised is only at this point, I will share with the case study with you. And the request will be, instruction will be only read one portion that I asked you to. Don't read the full case study. Read a portion of the case study, do the exercise. Next portion of the case study, do the exercise, and we'll keep having some discussions in between. A different type of exercise. You're a banking organization, COVID-19 pandemic is at peak, work from home has been enabled, expectations with respect to a vaccine are being extended after every 2 months or so. So a reality, we have got vaccinations. Many nations, I would say, not the whole world. Some countries are still struggling. But in the situation, you'll assume that it's not available yet. So it's maybe about 7 months old story. Consider the current situation to continue for another year and conduct a risk assessment with respect to work from home. So risk is part of organizational resilience. There is no doubt about it. Whatever we do in life, there is going to be some risk and we should be able to manage those. 22301 defines BCM as holistic management process. So, right. And this is draw a pictorial. You will not speak, will not write, you will have to draw a picture. How is this linked with the above statement? 6.2.2 is the clause from the standard. Anyone saying no, yes, I do not know, I do not wish to disclose. Are you allergic to playing with tools?
I think, Daman, you need to clarify what type of tools are we talking about.
So I have shown the tools here.
That's why I hope we are not talking about hammer and this, or you are actually talking about these.
Yeah, so no one is, but probably not good at all of them. Alex is not good at all of them. Yes, no challenge. By the way, I will not be asking you to come with a hammer and not with a hammer and plier or any other tool. This is what we will be doing. I will share at this point, I will share, not before that. I will share a tool from Australian government and then you'll have to play with it. This is the exercise. Play with the tool, dirty your hands. Very important. I've been saying the best that I could say in shortest time, the value or importance of organizational resilience, that it is linked with the VMB of the organization. And which none of, I'm not making that statements etched in stone, but generally none of the previous domain standards management systems talked about VMB as much as organizational resilience talks. I'm going to pick up 2 examples quickly. This is a Japanese company. I'm not representing them. I want to make this clear. I just picked up this. Let's look at their values, VMB. I hope you can see my Explorer. This is Kinja. Mission and values, very simple. What they say, we are innovators on a mission to revolutionize your workplace collaboration. One point in the beginning itself that I find good is many other companies would have written innovation is the value. Here they have defined, this is a sentence, it's a phrase, much more than a single word, which doesn't make sense to me, whether we say honesty or collaboration or innovation, but it's defined. We are on a mission to revolutionize your workplace through innovations. So if I had to give any advice to them, without innovation, they wouldn't be resilient. Whatever they might have been doing, they cannot survive because that's what is their mission value. So my 4 or 5 words to them, they need to encourage to think out of the box. Without that, innovation wouldn't happen and they wouldn't meet their VMB. They need to encourage to different. There's a saying in the world that the great leaders or great people do not do different things. They do differently. According to me, even doing different is important, and especially for a company for which the value is to innovate. Third suggestion, recommendation from my side to them will be to create a culture of speaking up. And fourth will be to create a culture of listening. To explain these two, an example that comes to mind is that I believe all of us, all organizations generally, would have said one of the values is, or a policy is, we have an open door policy. And we stop there. What does it mean? That the CEO sit in a cabin with the door open? That's not good enough. We need to create a culture of speaking up, that people are encouraged. People have guts to walk into that room and speak if they have any idea, because this innovating company needs to have ideas. And the story doesn't stop here. This person sitting at the other end of the table, he or she, the CEO, there should be a culture that he or she will be willing to listen to this person, whatever idea he or she has come up with. And there is third step also, by the way, that this company should evaluate all those ideas. After listening, the CEO must get it evaluated, and if it's reasonable, there should be action on that. Then only this organization will be resilient. And the last one, that they need to open to invest more than other companies, more than many other companies. This company, Kinja, needs to invest time, money, and effort. Innovation doesn't come free. This is how I'm saying organizational resilience is directly linked with the VMV of the company. Second example, I know I'm running behind time also. I'll attempt to go fast, but it's good to see this example also. Again, I'm not representing HSBC. I've just picked up this example. I scanned through many, but I like these two to have quick discussions. That's why I picked up these two. HSBC has 4 values. We value difference, and then they have defined. This is once again very good. What does it mean to them? Seeking out different perspectives. And I'll touch upon the second one also. We succeed together. Collaborating across boundaries. That's what it means, these 2 values to them. And if you look at ISO 22316, elaborates on shared vision, mission, and values. There are so many different people, so many different departments, so many different units. The goal is same. Their perspective may be different. So we need to have that open mind to listen to all, to look at all different perspectives. And also, if you look at the second one, it helps to bring focus on collaborating, direct match with their value, collaborating and strengthening of relationships. Once again, no other domain in the past would have talked of relationships. And during course, we'll talk about relationships also, how relationships make us resilient. Next question. If it's still work from home, then question is, are you eagerly looking forward to? If you say, no, I'll be back, then go in the past, please. Were you eagerly looking forward to going back to office? Yes or no? Yes, yes. 2 yes, 1 no. Is it like that? Or do we have more responses? Not really. Alex is not looking forward to, not really. Okay, no. Good. Roughly, I'm saying poll through the system would have given us the exact percentages. It seems it's 50-50. While I still feel there are more yeses than nos. But even if you take 50-50, that's what is the outcome of 68 surveys that have done globally. This is 69th today. 50% people are saying they are eagerly looking forward to going back to office. My interpretation of this is that this means there is some pain at home. Next question is, please tell me, what are or were the pains during work from home? Again, you'll take a little time. You'll have to type a lot. Don't say all. Type all if you say all. There is a reason behind that. I'm sorry. What happened? I stopped sharing, right?
Yeah, we can't see your screen.
See it, right?
Yeah,
You can
now
see
we
it
can.
now. Great. IT infra, work-life imbalance was the first one, it seems to me. Yes, which was Sisha Prakash. Work-life imbalance, family restriction, stress. See, he picked up. It's not that first one he has written, physical infrastructure. He has gone through and then picked up. IT infra, which was not first, it's second, someone else has said, right? Point 3, which is work-life imbalance. Work-life imbalance and stress, okay? Information security also comes only once. Miss the breakout also comes, Viraj. Physical infrastructure, work-life. So we see, this is once again not too different from all those 68 different. Many companies in the past, even before COVID-19 pandemic, had work from work from home practice. And most of those would have said in the name of work-life balance. We want to provide work-life balance to our employees. So we have work from home policy and arrangements. What people are saying, including you all, also work-life imbalance. The long story I have about work from home. I have done so much research around this. Not talking about all of that, but the reason I have put these two questions is because of this point, personal resilience. The one, what is personal resilience and how does it help? Is it any topic or is it invalid? People make organizations. We knew this already, always. So now I say resilient people make resilient organizations. So yes, personal resilience is important, and we will achieve organizational resilience. The way is through personal resilience. We need to work on people. Steve Jobs said this. When I was reading this, I was upset with first sentence. My job is not to be easy on people. I thought this person was rude. But I still wanted to complete reading this because it was from Steve Jobs. So I continued. My job is to take these great people. Now I'm happy. Take these great people we have and to push them and make them even better. I like this person once again. This is how he is building personal resilience. This is how he is building resilient people. First, even selecting to how do you have great people? We never thought organizational resilience could be around HR, recruitment. Yes, it is that. And once you have got, so first challenge itself is how to get great people, but he says he wants to make them greater. That once again is second challenge. And if you work on that, we will be able to make people resilient, based on which will be the organization becoming resilient. Also sleep more and become resilient, as simple as that. We need to take care of our health, as simple as that. How am I going to be resilient when I'm healthy, first of all? There has been an old saying, a healthy mind resides in a healthy body. And that's what a resilient mind is, the resilient body is, which will once again help to make resilient organizations. I'm giving a link here, McKinsey paper. It's not a paper, it's almost a book. There are 20 different topics that have been discussed at length. You may be able to spend full weekend reading this. Do that, please. It's a great read, according to me. Change, effect, and attitude. So we'll touch on culture. In the course, I said that's great portion of organizational resilience. Generally, the attitudes and behaviors and practices make the culture, and culture takes years and decades and centuries to build. And then we are attempting to change the culture. That's why it's a journey, long journey of transformation. Imagination leads to innovation, which is part of organizational resilience. I'm saying that. Quickly, I wanted to show you the feedback from earlier batches. I'll go fast. I'll be happy to share these with you because actually by time it's only 1 minute left. If you all allow, then we'll go 5 minutes extra. Please let me know, yes, no. Just a glimpse.
Okay, I think we can do that.
Thank you very much. Sorry. And another one in a different way. Those were little longer sentences, paragraphs people had written. And generally, this is how another batch said. Single statements rather than paragraphs, and without names and without photographs. So from those 4, I had the permission to share their photographs and names. So I've done that. From these, I do not have the permission. So I'm not sharing names and organizations. Quick view, but I'll be happy to share full with you. Additional read, which I'll be sharing with you only during the last hour of last day, but quickly, just to show you a sample, what is coming up. 108 pages. Who gives 100 pages? The Total courseware is about 115 slides. But I have not done great job. I've done only that I have read, selected, collected, freely available material. So I'm able to share with you all freely 50 examples. Corporations that failed to innovate, and innovation is part of organizational resilience. That's why this is a very good, important document according to me. A lot to learn. And sample 2 from BSI. They have been publishing this type of report every year for last 3-4 years. I couldn't find for 2020, but starting from 2017, I could. And this standard also was published first time in 2017. Once again, we see it's about 60+ pages. Good read once again, a lot of learning. All this will be yours to keep as additional read material. Last question that I'm going to ask. To me, this is the most important one. Thank you very much. With this, I'll stop sharing my slide. And if you have any questions, my coordinates, by the way, most of you have it, but otherwise, any questions I'm repeating. Course will be over in 3 days, but learning and sharing is forever. Stay in touch. Any questions, you can write to me through Gorisco, or you can write to me directly. The response is guaranteed to the best of my capabilities. And as committed, we'll have the post-course session also, and then we will build the communities to stay in touch and keep learning, sharing with each other. Thanks a lot. You can switch on your cameras if you wish. Any questions that you may have in mind for me, I'll attempt to answer to the best of my capabilities.
Any questions, Parikshit?
No, sir. I'm looking forward to the course. So
Okay, thank you.
no question right now.
And we are looking forward to see you.
Sure, sir.
I think you will set up his camera. Jonathan, any
Great.
questions from you?
Deepak, do you want to check with him about timing?
Yeah, Jonathan. So there was one thing that we were talking about, the timing. The timing that we have currently planned, 10 a.m. India time to 7 p.m. India time. Would you be able to make it, or you want to move, half an hour, 1 hour here and there? We can't hear you, John. I
We
think
can't
yes.
hear you.
Okay, maybe you can chat.
Yes, you
Put
can
on the
type
chat
in chat box.
Alex, I know the timing is not very comfortable to you as well, but I think you are saying that you would be able to manage. Sorry for that inconvenience, but thank you so much for.
Oh man, it's like having a disaster situation, right?
Very
It
good.
can happen anytime.
This is
So
the
it'll be
this is the
12:30
worst
a.m.
compliment, Alex.
Okay.
Jonathan, you can type in. if you
Personal
wish.
resilience test number 1 passed, Alex.
Yes. Personal
Yes.
resilience.
But he has given a big challenge to me.
He's called it a disaster.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
No,
Jonathan, is the
don't.
time okay?
Okay, Alex, any questions from you?
No, I'm looking forward to starting at 12:30 a.m. on Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And in the meanwhile, as I said, we had some discussions, Alex and me, about risk to BCM2, resilience, organizational resilience. I'll share that link also with you all. It's long, so spare 1 hour. But these are good discussions that I will say, and maybe Alex can add.
Sir, is this the video preparing for the unexpected, right? On the YouTube?
That's right. Yeah, it's on there.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Yeah.
Azal, any questions from your side?
No, I'm really excited to attend this.
like that.
As Daman sir said, I thought this is another business continuity related training. So this looks like an organizational resilience, in a sense more for business than technical specialists, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone should attend this, not just people who think they're BCM people. Probably
Oh,
CEOs
yes,
should
sure.
attend these meetings first, these trainings
Yes.
first. Yeah.
Definitely,
Awesome.
absolutely. Thank you very much. Yes, I will share with you all. This is my belief as of now of about 9 months journey. I'm admitting I had this standard with me. I never touched it. It's only about 9 months ago I picked it up. And then when I went through this, I fell in love with this concept. Even after 9 months of my journey, as of today, my belief is that people means organizations have not understood this topic. Leave aside implementing organizational resilience. Organizations have not understood this topic, not yet. So this is a big, big task in hand that we are talking about.
Sure. Advita, any questions from your side?
No, nothing. I'm just looking forward to attending the course and
Great.
Thank you.
Great.
Suhas?
Yeah, it was a very interesting introduction. It
Thank you very
really
much.
picked up the tempo and interest. Yeah, looking forward.
Thank you.
Glad
Thank you.
to know that, sir. Suhas, any questions? Viraj?
No, Deepak, no questions. Just looking forward to the course.
Sure.
Great.
And Viraj?
Suhas will think I've already passed personal resilience test. Should I attend this training or no?
Yes.
Okay, Viraj, we can't hear you, so I hope that you don't have any questions. Yadaman, I'm fine.
Last
if
point
you
I
want-
will say,
Yeah.
keep it simple for yourself, for everyone. Professionally, just call me Daman.
Hello.
No need to say Daman, sir. Yes, Viraj.
Yeah. It was a very good session, intro session, and still now no such questions. I'm
Great.
looking forward for a wonderful journey. 3 days wonderful journey.
Will
To
be
have a
ensured.
Great
Thank
learning
you.
experience.
Will be ensured.
Thank you, Viraj. And
Fasten up your belts.
as Daman said, don't call him sir, just call Daman, or maybe
Simple.
D.
Yes, professionally. Yes, professionally, by call by name. Yes.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So,
thank you so much,
shall we
everyone, for joining.
You can
And
clap for
lots-
yourselves. You can clap for yourselves. All
And
of you.
looking forward to have all of us again joining back on 4th IST date and time, 10 a.m. And with that, Daman, thank you so much. Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much
much.
for having this session. And we'll prepare everything, and then we will send you the invite for these 3 days. So please join through those links on the respective day. The same link will be applicable for all the 3 days. So thank you so much. Have a good night. Have a good day, and wonderful learning. See you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Daman.
Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Yes,
Bye.
yes. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Stay safe. Take care.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Thank you.